bags are packed, are you ready to go?
Come along with us as we run beautiful, rugged Wheeler Lake Trail. The trail is 6.9 miles out and back and requires approximately 3.5 to 4 hours to complete. Located 13.4 miles outside of Breckenridge, Colorado, the trail starts just above the Montgomery Reservoir and soon has you passing below the old Magnolia Mill. The mill was constructed in the 1860s to process gold ore. The old town of Montgomery sits beneath the reservoir now. A shout out to Mile High Jeep Club for taking care of this trail. A short ways up past the mill, we come to our first real obstacle. This one's not too tough, and will provide a little bit of off-camera challenge for you. After these small steps, the trail will begin to tighten up a bit and present us with our first small water crossing. This trail has several beautiful meadows. As you can see, while still on this relatively flat section of trail, it does begin to present more and more water obstacles. And this brings us to the most difficult obstacle on the trail. About 16 feet high, Some pretty rough granite. I'm always up for a challenge, so I wanted to try the hard line first. Alright, here's my first attempt, all the way to the left. Let's see if we can get any hookup on this. First attempt, no traction. Second attempt, still can't find any traction. You'll notice the bottom at the base of this obstacle is the creek, muddy and wet. That's what presented the most challenges for me. I just couldn't get the tires to hook up all the way across the face of this monster. Alright, now I slide all the way over to the right, see if we can get any traction there. It's not quite as tall, but still, I'm starting with those muddy, wet tires. As you can see, no go. After getting out and surveying things, I decided it was time for me to back off of this and head to the far right bypass, which proves to be much easier. Alright, coming up on the far right side, we make that with relative ease. For your information, there is a winch tie-off point on the far left side if you want to try to make that climb, and you need it. For us this day, we were running solo, so we figured let's just press on and discover the rest of this trail. This next section of trail feels like you're running a riverbed. Be careful with your tire placement. Alright, next we come to one of the two deeper water crossings on this trail. This one featured a lot of jagged granite boulders on the approach, and you're going to see me get hung up on either my tie rod or my front diff on this first attempt, which had me backing off and selecting a new line. The other aspect of this crossing is that the water, as you can see, is very murky, and there's a few hidden boulders in there, so be careful when you cross this. I estimate this thing to be about 15 to 24 inches deep. in the deepest spots. Here we go. We stopped here for a few minutes just to take it all in. Alright, now we begin what is about the last third of the trail. As you can see, it's beginning to get a lot steeper. As we pause here and take a look around, notice we're above the tree line. A completely different environment. Stunning. We're getting close now. Let's finish this last little bit and get up to the lake. And here we are at beautiful Wheeler Lake. Elevation 12,194 feet at the shoreline. Let's take a look around. This beautiful waterfall sits just left of the lake. We're here mid-October, hence the autumn colors and snow-covered mountains. The contrast to this is just spectacular. After spending a little over an hour at the lake looking around, we notice some clouds start to move in, temperatures dropping, and we get a little sleet falling. Time for us to head back down. At high elevations in the Colorado Rockies, weather conditions can change rapidly. Keep an eye on your surroundings and don't get caught out there by a surprise storm. I'm always surprised how different the trail looks heading back down from a different direction. Wheeler Lake Trail is rated 7 out of 10 and will give you plenty of driving challenges, as well as challenge the armor on your Jeep. I made contact in several places. For perspective, I'm running 37-inch tires and a 3.5-inch lift. We really enjoyed running this trail. the physical beauty, the challenging obstacles, and all the multiple water crossings you get to run, made for a fantastic day out. Make sure you always go prepared. We hope you've enjoyed this video experience and really appreciate your support. Until next time, stay safe and we'll see you on the trails.